ICD-10 JJ-10A, page 348, exercise 4, and this is a level 2 exercise, and it reads like this.
Electively induced abortion complete with amniotic fluid embolism.
Okay, it's an electively induced abortion, and it's a complete abortion, and with amniotic fluid embolism. Okay, so we're going to count to 3, so you can pause the video and give us the ICD-10 code for this diagnosis. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, the code is 004.7. That's the first code, and the second code is Z3A.00. Okay, you got that? If you got it, congratulations, just go to the next video. If you didn't get it, let's give you some tips. Okay, tip number 1.
Level 2 difficulty. There are 2 codes.
That's why we consider it level 2, because there's not just one code, but 2 codes. Tip number 2.
Start with abortion complete and induced.
Induced. I don't think we need to count there for, right? Yeah.
Right.
Just induced.
Right. With the ellipses.
Okay, ellipses. Okay, so start with abortion and then complete and then induce and go from there. Okay, that's to find the first code. Now for the second code, we have the usual tip, number 3.
The second code is for weeks of gestation, unspecified. Any code within 000 through 09A has to have a second code for weeks of gestation. See note under C3A, weeks of gestation.
Okay, we have explained this before, but if you're just watching this video, we put it again, okay? Any code that falls within this range, can you point at the range? The range there, 000 to 09A, anyone has to have a second code for weeks of gestation. Now the code that we have falls in that range because it's 004.7, so we have to have a second code for weeks of gestation, okay? So with these tips, you should be able to give us the path now. You already know the answer, but we need to know the path, okay, how you got to the answer. Okay, so I'm going to count to 3 so you can give us the path. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's do the complete summary. The problem is an electively induced abortion, and it's complete with amniotic fluid embolism. There are 2 codes. The code 1 through the index is found like this.
First you go to index.
Go to the index.
Then you go to abortion.
Go to abortion and it's complete, right?
Yes.
And then?
Induced.
Induced. It says something else, but we don't care for this problem. That's why we put the ellipsis. And then?
Then we go to complicated by.
Complicated by, and then?
Embolism.
Embolism, and in parentheses we choose?
Amniotic fluid.
Because that's what we have in the problem, right? And what is the code that we get there?
004.7.
004.7. Okay, thank you. Now we're going to check this code in the tabular. So the code 1 through the tabular is checked like this.
First you go to tabular.
Go to tabular.
Then you go to 004.
You start with 004, right? And what is that?
Complications.
Induced.
Termination of pregnancy.
Termination of pregnancy. Now you add the next digit, which is 7. What is that?
004.7, embolism.
Embolism. And that's exactly what we wanted. So that's why there's an equal sign there. That means this is the code. Okay, and now for the code number 2 is because of the weeks of gestation. We have explained that before, but let's see how it's found again. Code number 2 through the index is found like this.
First you go to index.
Then
you go to pregnancy.
Pregnancy.
Then you go to weeks of gestation.
Weeks of gestation, and then?
Not specified.
Which means we don't have the weeks of gestation in the problem, but that doesn't mean that we don't have to put it. We just put not specified, which is?
Z3A.00,
right? 00. And we're going to check this code in the tabular. So the code number 2 through the tabular is checked like this.
First you go to tabular.
Tabular.
Then you go to C3A.
C3A, and what is that?
Weeks of gestation.
And there is a note that says what?
Any code within 000.09A has to have a second code for weeks of gestation.
Right. So our code falls into that category, so we have to have that code. So we add one more digit, and what is that?
Z3A.0.
Unspecified, right?
Yes.
And one more 0, what is that?
Z3A.00, not specified.
Not specified, right? And that's exactly what we want. That's the equal sign, because we don't have any weeks of gestation in our problem. So that's the answer, and that's the path. Thanks for watching. So please visit our website. Thank you.